Hey everybody, Kimberly here, and I have got two games in one for this video, and I'm super excited to share them with you because they both take about half an hour but work a lot of different skills. So if you're in a large group setting, you're going to want to play Cheers to the Governor, and if you're in a smaller group setting, you're going to want to try out Floating Floors. And they both, again, work such different skills. So Floating Floors is all about dexterity and long-term planning when it comes to card and or resource placement, because you are actually balancing cards in this game on top of these little wooden pieces. And in Cheers to the Governor, players, 3 or more players, are essentially trying to remember all of these different things to do as they count through the numbers 1 through 21. So this is all about socialization, memory, and active listening. So let's take a look at Cheers to the Governor first. You're going to get these decks of cards. Now in this yellow deck, you've got the numbers 1 to 21. And if you want to make it a shorter game, then you just take out numbers at the top. So what I've done is I've actually taken out the numbers higher than 12. Just to make it that kind of first time game where what you're doing is you are attempting to essentially add 12 rules, which means you'll have 12 or more rounds of trying to remember these rules right here that replace the numbers. So you will count through as many people as you have in a circle, and you'll just go 1, next person goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you'll just keep numbering until you get to 12. Now this is great if you have 12. If you have more people, you really want to play with that 21 so everyone gets a chance to, be a part of this almost every single round. So all you do is you flip over this top card after you've gone through the numbers. The person who says the last number will be the governor for the next round starting at 1. Then you will count off, and then you essentially turn over the card that says 10. That means that now number 10 is replaced with this rule. And so you start going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, ah! And you scream for 10, and then you do 11, 12. And so players have to remember what every number is because they're not assigned a number. And they'll put this down, and that's going to be essentially what 10 is replaced with for the rest of the game. And if you successfully get through the number with the action, every single one that's assigned to you move on to the next round. And now we're adding another one. So we're going to flip over the next card. Now 3 has 1, 2, downhill skiing, name a winter sport or winter Olympic sport, downhill skiing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. And if you can do that, then you're going to do it. And you have to lock away. And again, the ending person is going to be the new governor, and it's not the same person every time. So then they start the next one with 1, and you are going to just keep playing like that in a circle. You can imagine how silly, how fun, how ridiculous it gets. These cards are fantastic. They have such fascinating and I would say like family-friendly, educationally friendly categories, and there is a massive, massive stack of them. Here's one. Start fist pumping. That's all you do. You just replace your number. Whatever the start fist pumping is now going to be replaced with number 1. So instead of saying 1, you go 2. Luge for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. I mean, I'm having fun. I just kind of want to keep playing. Give 2 thumbs up instead of your number, and that number is going to be 6 now. I'm already losing track, but you can keep track of it all. It's amazing. Say, whose turn is it? When it's your turn, on the number that's associated with this, which is 12, which is the very last one to go, which is kind of fantastic. I mean, these are great. Pose like a model. I mean, I would do my classic Vogue, 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 Vogue. Maybe that's showing my age. I love it. Vogue, shake the hand of the next player in turn order, which you're going clockwise. But what would be a great kind of alternative to this is essentially going counterclockwise 1 round. If you want to play the game again, go the other way. And just doing that simple change kind of gets your brain a little confused. So yeah, shake the hand of the next player. Go counterclockwise that turn. And then, this is the last one I'll share. Pretend to play the guitar. Everyone's got their own guitar. They've got their own style. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. This is Cheers to the Governor. Again, 3+ players. It has 21 cards that you're going all the way through, and every time you make a round, you're just adding one new rule. But again, you always, as a player, have to pay attention to what the numbers are associated with because you don't say the same number every time. You have to remember a whole bunch here. This is like fun. I really do. I want to bring this into my student orientation course. Again, I think the durable skills that are essentially exercised here, cooperation for sure. We're all playing on the same team together, working together, maybe some leadership skills, definitely problem solving as everything is shifting every time, active listening. I mean, just a lot of really good stuff here. So memorization, definitely that too. Just a ton of fun with Cheers to the Governor. All right, now that I've got the other games set up, Floating Floors, I want to show you what this offers players because this is a 2 to 4 player game, again, for a smaller game night, but it is fast and fun and really interesting in the way that it incorporates dexterity into this game. There is some definite manual hand non-shakiness that you're going to need in order to play this game. So players have this ninja that they are essentially navigating through this difficult terrain, and on their turn what they're going to do is roll the dice and then collect the shape and the color of those little pieces. They call those jutsus, but these are going to be all the different black and white shaped wooden items. So I'm going to roll these dice and then I'll show you. Wow, I mean, that was kind of wild. But I got 3 hexes, 2 in black and 1 in white. So my character over here, I've got the 1 and the 1 and the 1. I'm going to start here with the white ninja, the black ninja's over there. So again, this is just a 2-player setup. And then after they collect this, they are going to place these out onto this base card. And if you see here, this base card has terrain that you can actually stand on, and you can put these little jutsu on, but the water is places that you can't go. And you're going to have to place these cubes and these triangles and these hexes out so that you can put a card on top of this. And the card that goes on top is this guy right here, and there's a whole stack of these. And the really cool thing about these cards is that you see that they are black and white, which means as the white ninja, I can only travel on the white spaces, and you're thinking, wow, that's so unfair. There are 4 here versus 5 black spaces. Well, when you turn the card over, it's exactly the same, just on the other side. So you can always flip the card over, and you can use either side depending on which one you actually want to use, which configuration is best for you. So I've got these cards sitting over here and they have just been shuffled up. So now I'm going to essentially place jutsu, and which are these little cubies. I got these little pieces here. The triangles are kind of hard to pick up, but I've got these guys. There's my square, I've got my cylinder, my hex, and I've got my triangle right there. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to place them out, trying to navigate my ninja to a place where they can unlock this tile right here, which is the bandsin. And when you do this, before you can claim the bandsin, you have to pick up the card that you're on, the standing card that's balanced on these little pieces, and you have to rotate the card the direction it says by 90 degrees and place it back. And if it stays up and it doesn't fall over or touch the actual floorboard down here on the bottom, then you can claim your bandsin. And the first player to claim all of their bandsin, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 for each, and they are spaced out, alternating around the perimeter of your 2x3 grid. They are going to win the game. So all I'm going to do is place out some of these little guys here. I'm going to say, this is good, that's good. Maybe I should place, maybe I should put these guys out here on the side, and then I can have like a really nice foundation. So I place down as many as I want. I don't have to put that many, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a certain amount. So let's see here. If I go this way, let's see what we can do. I'm going to place this card right here. Now, the interesting thing about this is I'm not able to walk onto the black space that's directly in front of my ninja. So what I can do instead is place a triangle of my color on top of it, and then I can travel across that. But every time you move your ninja to a new space, you always have to release them, and they have to essentially stand on their own, and they have to balance on the card you just played on their own. So if I put him up here and then I let go, he stands. Then I pick him up and I put him in the middle, he stands. I walk him to the side, he's okay. and then I walk him over here and he's okay. Now I keep playing as long as I have these little jutsu, these little tokens, and it looks like I can maybe go this direction or this direction. I can come here and maybe grab this. Again, I've got that Bansen over here on this side, and it might behoove me to keep going, but I can also keep any of these jutsus that are my color over to the next round, up to 3. And I only have 1 here, so I'm okay. And I simply could just say, I pass. I've essentially made some progress. He can't really get over here and take advantage of my particular tile that I've already set up here, but he will want to come over at some point to come get this guy over here. This is his guy all the way on this side, and I've created a nice path of black right here on the side for him, so he might actually be able to easily get in there, but who knows. So that's going to be it. I take my turn, then my fellow player is going to take their turn. They're going to roll the dice, collect those spaces, and then place down any of those tiles, again, only on the terrain part, not the water part, and then you travel along the shape of the color that you have. And again, you can travel on top of those jutsu that are your color. So this is the game, and there are all these different shapes of these cards with the different, configuration of those colors, but it's always mirror image, so you can always see it, and then you can always invert that depending on what player wants to do what. And then the player, again, who collects all of these pieces, all their Bansen, wins the game. And it's a fast game, so quick that you just reset it and play it again if a player wins. And there are tons of these scenarios that ask you for different kinds of challenges that makes the game harder and harder and harder. So it kind of grows with you if you want to go through those scenarios or those missions at the end. But this is a nice half-hour game for 2 to 4 players, which you can add 4 players, essentially playing with a bigger grid and with more people just teamed up, one team against the other. So these are the 2 cool, fun games that if you have a small group, you might want to play with some dexterity challenge. And then Cheers to the Governor, you might want to play with a big group if you want to have a great time, if you want to have a ton of fun. And as I said, I really see the academic or the educational benefits from playing Cheers to the Governor in a group for people just who want to get to know each other and have a good time. It does create memories, much like a lot of fantastic party games. So that's going to be it for me this time, folks. I will see you later. Bye!